I have epilepsy, and I was born blind in my eye, and I've had learning disabilities and stuff like that all my life. And personally, if it don't went away, I don't even know what I would do, because it's like a friend of mine said one day. She goes, well, if it went away, then who would you be? Because you're just you. And I'm like, right on. Because as far as I'm concerned, that is how it is. I felt that the cracks bad because, I went to school in the 70s and 80s, and it was pathetic. Teachers weren't trained well, and it was pathetic. It was really sad, and I think as a result of that, I had a very bad struggle in school. I didn't even learn how to multiply till I was in the 9th grade. And as a result of that, it caused me a lot of problems with kids. And of course, I don't ever remember seeing a kid in a wheelchair or anything in school. So I don't even know if few kids were in wheelchairs, if they even went to school back then. I have one friend of mine. I guess I'm going to be 52 in February, and my friend just turned 50 in August, and she didn't even go to school. Me and my sister were born in the same calendar year. I was born in February, and she was born in November. She was 2.5 months premature. And so my goal was to definitely graduate on time, because I didn't want to share my glory with her. And because her birthday was in November, she was a year behind me in school. And so I had to go to summer school the summer between my junior and senior year, so that I could graduate on time. But I did. I graduated on time. And because I was like, I'm not sharing my glory with anybody. I wanted to be a teacher at one point. I wanted to be a special ed teacher. And I went to college for a while. And my math learning disability was so severe that I couldn't get past the math. I went to college off and on for the better part of 20 years. I'd go for a while, and then I'd lose my Pell Grant, and then I'd have to start over again, and then same rigmarole. I told off the dean of the math department at IUS one time, because I told him if there was going to be one thing that would change around here, it would be the way that students with learning disabilities were handled. Because in all my other college courses, I did pretty well. I got A's and B's and a couple C's, but mostly I did really well, because anything that has to do with vocabulary and stuff, I'm really good at. And I can test really high on vocabulary. And I don't get it, because one time I did a practicum at Mount Tabor Elementary, and the teacher I worked under, she told me, she said, Karen, you just let me know any way I can help you. She said, because you are excellent. This is supposed to be an observational practicum that I was doing. And she said, she let me do reading group, and she let me help kids with their seat work and everything. And she said, I see something in you that you just can't teach in a classroom. You just can't, you can't buy it. You can't put it, you can't get it, you can't teach it in a book. It's gotta be there. It's in the heart. And she said, I can see you being a great teacher. I really am excited, and I've done advocacy in Kentucky. I've been serving on the board of Kentucky Protection and Advocacy for Developmental Disabilities, and I've served on the Kentucky Self-Advocates for Freedom Board as well. But now I've done all that in Kentucky. I want to do advocacy in Indiana because I live in Indiana, and I voted in Indiana, and I want to make a difference in Indiana the way I have in Kentucky. And I want to I want to make connections in Indiana in the same way I have in Kentucky, because I helped get the ABLE Act passed in Kentucky. I sat on the stakeholders committee. I sat on the stakeholders committee in Kentucky to help get an adult protection registry passed in the state of Kentucky. I want to do stuff like that here in Indiana. You know, I love advocacy.